from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good evening or good morning or however you view this time of day. We're sitting at 1:10 a.m. and our last severe thunderstorm warning of the day/night has now been allowed to get dropped for St. Mary's County. With that said, we do still have a pretty strong storm still racing eastward at about 50 to 55 miles an hour, now beginning to move into the Lexington Park area through southern parts of Calvert County, really kind of focusing south of St. Leonard, then down through southern St. Mary's County. And this one is moving out over towards the bay. So this really should be out over the bay by about 1:30 or so. And then after that point, we are in the clear. This storm is beginning to weaken some. When this storm was initially, let's take this back, when it was moving across the Potomac here into St. Mary's County, we were sitting at just about 300 strikes of lightning with this storm, plenty of heavy rain. And now that it's moving eastward, losing some of that steam, we've seen that lightning count number come down to 76 strikes. Thank goodness. Now, there is still plenty of thunder and lightning out there, especially for those of you in southern Calvert and southern St. Mary's County, but it's definitely not as intense as it was when the storm was coming through the Newburgh and Chapticot regions. Kind of as it's crossed over to Leonardtown, we've seen some weakening occur. And outside of this is really like... this is the only game in town. Outside of this, we are looking clear at least for the next 12 to 18 hours. Tomorrow we introduce another chance of storms, but we are going to deal with that when we get to it. Definitely doesn't look as ominous as what today's severe weather ended up producing. So this is our last storm. Again, this looks to be moving out of here over the next 15 to 20 minutes, and then we are due in for a quiet night, and you will be able to get some sleep just in time to wake up tomorrow. But I do want to give this live update just to let you know that we are looking at things clearing across the region. Now, I know if you're just now tuning in, you're like, what's this dude saying? There's plenty of thunder and lightning in Lexington Park right now. And yes, you were correct. But right now we're sitting at 77 strikes of lightning over parts of southern St. Mary's, southern Calvert County. But just about 15 minutes ago, we were sitting, or half an hour ago, we were sitting close to 300 strikes of lightning as this storm crossed the Potomac. So this storm is gradually weakening now as it's approaching the bay. Still producing heavy rain, still producing some of those wind gusts up to 40 to 45, maybe even 50 miles an hour. And if that's happening, it would definitely be down here towards Lexington Park, Pax River, the Solomons area, the mouth of the Patuxent River. But that really seems to be the only core part of the storm that is anywhere near severe limits. And in this small areas pushing out over the bay. So that's why our severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to get dropped. The severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped. The flood watch has been allowed to get dropped as well. So once we get this last little guy out of here, we're going to be all good. So this is a pretty quick moving one. We're not talking about hours and hours of heavy rain and lightning like we had thought that might be the case just a few hours ago, thankfully. So that does it for me this evening. For the 75 of you that are up with me at 1:14, I appreciate you watching and staying tuned and making sure that these live updates are done for a reason and that I'm not just here talking to myself. So after 24 hours, I've been up since 4. We are now, at this point, I kind of feel tempted to just make it to 4 a.m. now, like to make it a full 24. But I'm going to go grab some sleep. Again, clearing conditions, and we will be sitting all clear here as we move on forward. So have a nice and safe one. Most of you should be looking at lights being turned on and all that fun stuff by tomorrow morning, just in time for another warm and humid day. But I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me throughout the day today for coverage, continuing to track all this weather, and it's been an active day. So have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned here at JB Weather for all of your severe weather needs, and you can always catch all of my forecasts online at jbweather.net, kind of the central hub of all the information you can get from me. But until next time, friends, have a nice and safe one, and have a good night.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.